Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is the Tola girl here again, and I'm so excited to have you guys on this video. Who missed me? I missed you guys so much. So right about now, what we are going to be doing today is very simple. We are going to be talking about K1 and the rumor going around about K1 and the youngest wife of Alaafin. That is Queen Olabadirat Adeyemi. So very simple, right to what we're going to do. But before that, if you've not subscribed, please kindly do so down below. Subscription is free, so if you don't do so, what do you gain? Absolutely free. So guys, please subscribe, support my channel. I really love you guys so much. And so, who is K1? K1 is a musician in Nigeria, a very popular musician. He has been in the industry for ages, and the man is very rich. He's very rich. I'm going to be doing this video, and I'm going to be putting some things. When I talk about some things, I'm going to be putting it up below for you. I'm going to just like evidence to support whatever I'm talking about. So just look forward to seeing things pop up on the screen like all over. It's fine. Queen that just is flying all over. Her name is Badirat Adeyemi. She's Queen Ola on Instagram. She has 3 kids for the king, and she's young. And there's a fault in the rumor going around that she's the last wife of the king. That's the fault to the rumor. She's not the last wife of the king. She's not the youngest wife of the king either. They said some people say she's the youngest, some people say she's the last. She's not the last, and she's not the youngest. So that's the fault to the rumor going around. And I want us to remember that K1 was just coronated early this year as the Mayegun of Yoruba land by the Alaafin himself. He got coronated early this year. Like, who really came? I'm saying all this from the perspective of, not from the perspective of something that I like, not from the perspective of something that I don't know. I want you to know that everything I'm saying inside this video, I to the best of my understanding, I know like a larger percent of it. This is because I grew up in Oyo. I lived there. I've lived more than 2 decades of my life in this place, running to 3 decades of my life in this place. So I understand some things, and that's why I'm going to be sharing my opinion on some things. And I want you to understand something about the Alaafin himself too. The Alaafin is, some people would say that he's the king of Yoruba land. Some would argue that it is the Oba of Ife, which is very fine by me. I'm not here to argue about who is supreme. The only thing I want you to know is that Alaafin is very powerful. He's a god himself. And I want you to know that everything about him is sacred. His palace is sacred. He himself is sacred. And he's a god. He's very powerful. That a lot of people are not going to deny. So that's another fact I want you to know. So I think I've spoken about the 3 of them now. So right to what I'm about to say, I want you to understand something, that there is something called traditions. I said it the other time that I lived here. So I still understand that there are some traditions. I'm not a traditionalist. I'm a Christian. But I understand that traditions still exist and they still practice them. The reason why I'm saying traditions still exist is because the wives of the king, the wife of the king of wherever place, even if it is not Alaafin, they are always sacred. But I'm just going to talk about the wife of Alaafin now. They are sacred. They are untouchable. Trust me, that's what they say, and I believe it is actually true, like to a very large extent. So I want you to know something, that the Alaafin himself, I think I said it the other time, the Alaafin himself is not just an ordinary person. He's not just an ordinary king. He's an authority himself. The man is a god himself. Some people are going to say which god is greater than man. So I'm not saying he's God, like God, the supreme God that we know. But I'm trying to say he's like a god, like the small letter G. That's what I'm trying to say right now. And there are some things that you don't mess with. His wives are part of the things that you cannot mess with, because the man is sacred. The man is a god. He cannot have somebody else. I don't know how to explain. He cannot have somebody else having an affair with his wife, and he himself would probably not know. I know some people are just going to come for me and start saying, hey, you are supporting. I'm not supporting her. We are getting to somewhere. I think we are heading somewhere. So that is it. Even in death, this is a man that you cannot. I'm not talking about the current Alaafin alone. I'm talking about even the previous ones. They can't get married after his death. You can't remarry and start having. You can't even have an affair with somebody when you are still with the man. Even when you're not with the man, somebody is going to say, if they do it, what is going to happen? If they do it, what is going to happen is very simple. What is going to happen is that the person is wretched for life. Like, the person is going to be extremely useless for life, or the person is going to die. Because the way the way I think, is it eulogy or what do they call it? The way they praise Allah himself is they call him Iku Baba Yeye. They call him Omo Iku Tiku Obodopa. They call him Omo Tarun Obodoshe. So you hearing that alone, that somebody himself is dead, and you want to think you can mess with his wife. Somebody's going to say, hey, he has 20 wives, so nobody can mess with his wives. Don't mess with anything that is Alaafin. It's very important. So guys, something I want you to know in this video is I'm going to be talking to one elderly person. He's an authority to Oyo. He's the Otun Oyo. He's the right hand of Alaafin. So we're just going to go into it now. We're going to talk with him and he's going to shed light on some things for us. Thank you.
Humbly, I'm the Alaafin Oyo. I attended the University of Manchester, where I did my degree. I represented Nigeria as High Commissioner in the Republic of Zambia and Malawi, 1981 to 1984. I've served in some corporations in Nigeria. I now go back to your question. The Yoruba nation is structured on tradition and except for minor variations, you can claim that the nation as Yoruba believes that you have to be kind to strangers, you have to prostrate for Obas and Baales. Obas and Baales are kings and chiefs of quarters and villages. And I want to let you know that there was a stage before Islam and Christianity crept into the nation. People upheld a lot of this tradition.
Grandpa, there's another thing I want to ask. Some people would say that you don't disrespect the king. There are some things that you don't do to the king because you have consequences. The king will not be the one to punish you. It will be the gods that will punish you. Is it true? Sorry, sir.
The first thing is, where do you go in the universe? And then you say, somebody will have to disrespect the Russian president. Where do you go in the universe? Where do you read such a thing? Where do you go in the universe and say you have to disrespect President Trump in America? And this, America started any time after 16. The very fundamental thing is a Yoruba person will tell you that you don't go out as my daughter, you don't go out as my son, you disrespect the violent. That is the issue. How much more of the other? We should not disrespect them because they are representatives of the gods. It is in the Bible, it is in the Quran. And Ogun and Sango declare too that you cannot respect another. You do Sango will kill you through thunder. What I'm trying to say is that you do not even contemplate it. Because when you contemplate it, you are playing God. And it's wishful thinking and very foolish. A person to sit down that I am God. You know it's foolish. How can you be God? We won't pray to you.
You heard what your Otun Oyo said. Some things are sacred some power still exists, some authority still exists. So guys, I want you to listen to what the queen herself, she has declared whatever happened. She has declared whatever happened in several places, and I want you guys to hear what she said. So I'm just going to play the video of what she said.
Go blog to see blog we. Why will she continue saying bad thing about me? And you not be more now when you me lomo.
Ó jẹ́ dá ayaba ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o ẹni tí gbogbo yín parọ́ mọ́ tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀.
Tó bá jẹ́ pé ìkọ́kọ́ da èmi àti Wàsíù pọ̀ ojú gbogbo ayé ni mo ti ń sọ fún yín gbogbo àwọn òṣàánú àfikọ́ fìyà jẹ mí.
Kábíyèsí ó tán ó yá mò ń gbọ́.
Gbogbo àwọn òṣàánú àfikọ́ mú mi.
Àmì ó ṣàti gbọ́ gbogbo yín tẹ́ ẹ parọ́ mọ́ ọmọbìnrin yìí.
Gbogbo ìṣògo ká ayaba gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ fìyà jẹ mí.
Àṣẹ.
Àwọn ayaba ọ̀run kọ́ fìyà jẹ mí.
Jẹ́ ń gbọ́ ayaba ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o.
Àwọn ọba ọ̀run kọ́ fìyà jẹ mí.
Ayaba tẹ́ ẹ parọ́ mọ́ rẹ o. Àṣẹ bóyá máa rí nìyẹn.
So guys, this person is saying àwọn ayaba ọ̀run. Do you know the meaning of àwọn ayaba ọ̀run? They are the spiritual mothers in the high places, and this person is saying if she has done it, let them deal with her. This person is talking about ayaba ọ̀run. She's talking about the gods in the palace. Guys, Jesus Christ is going to forgive you, but trust me, Shango is not going to forgive you. Oya is not going to, Obatala is not going to forgive you. These people are not going to forgive you. They mean business, and that's why you hear some people say that let's just be using Ogun and everything to swear for our politicians, because you just know that this one say their own temper is not God, please forgive me, I will not do it again. They don't want to know if you want to do it again or you will not do it again. So these gods that this person is swearing with is not something that you mess with. If you've done it, you'll not even bother to swear with those gods. I feel what she would have done was she would just pack her load and just leave the palace. And I also want us to listen to what K1 has to say about this, because K1 is somebody that they just connected as the Mayegun of Yoruba land. And this man knows he didn't just become the Mayegun of Yoruba land. There are rites and rituals into becoming all these things. So you're telling me that the Mayegun of Yoruba land, and there's also something before you become a chief. There is loyalty. You have to be loyal. You will swear your loyalty, at least to the best of my understanding. I understand that you're going to swear your loyalty. So you're swearing your loyalty to somebody with these gods that we are saying that they don't used to joke with all these Shango Ogun. That's why you even see people saying that fish Shango Bura, because they just know that devil is just going to pop up everything. It's going to help you combine everything. And so you don't want to joke with something like that. It's not just that you come back and ask for forgiveness, guys. So I want you to listen to what K1 has to say about it. The man also denied this.
Do not say because you have hatred for someone and in the corner of your house you just come up with a story, you fabricated a story. Ọmọ Yorùbá gidi ni mí. Ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bí nílé rere, tó ń bí nílé ọlá, tó mọ nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ ìpìlẹ̀ àti ìṣẹ̀dá. It will be a taboo for me to ever think such a thing will click anywhere on my head. Nígbà tá a ṣépè fún mi. Nígbà tá a fi mí gégùn ká fi mí ré. Kò lè ever possible.
So guys, this man dares not. Is my English correct? I'm not sure. He dares. This man would not dare do something like that. He has passed through the rituals, the rites, and everything, and there's something called loyalty again. Thomas, that's what he would have done if he was doing that. And even if he would have, the queen would not have done it with somebody like that, because that's like you are compounding problems. You are compounding your own problem of you must not have an affair with somebody else. You are compounding the problem with one of the people that understand how these stuffs, how they run. So Koni Fiori or Imu, I'm not trying. Somebody will say, you're just supporting the queen. She might have done it. She might have. I'm saying it from a perspective of the tradition. I'm trying to be logical here. Would this person have done it? Even if she would have done it, would she have done it with this person? So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you had fun. I said everything out of what I said. I'm not forcing my opinion on anybody. I said everything out of trying to be logical, trying to reason like a Yoruba girl that I am, like somebody that grew up, somebody that spent two plus decades in this same town that we are talking about. I'm just talking from that view. I hope I didn't offend anybody, and if I offended you, it's fine. But guys, please don't forget to subscribe down below. Subscription is free. I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye.